Hello everyone, my name is Rage, and this is not the third time that I've said this. No, what are you talking about? I didn't start recording this and forget to actually start recording the screen, and then start again, and then realize, wait, I haven't actually started recording my audio, so I felt like not a twice idiot, but a thrice idiot. I would never do something so unprofessional, having had 6.5 years of experience doing this Maggie Pill! I knew it was going to be a speed up, because that's the thing that she gets now, so she's no longer super slow. So, I wonder what item this will be. Maybe it's Matchbook. Oh my god, it is. Seriously, 3 times. 3 times. I was like, you know what? Shitty me. I admittedly didn't think that in such a way that when I say it out loud, it sounds like I have a serious condition, but I was like, you know what? Let's do a greed mode on Maggie, okay? People were railing against my hatred of the Magster, and I need to fix it, so I opened Isaac and I was like, let's fucking do it. And apparently I was way too enthusiastic because now we're here. Also, this isn't the best room I've ever seen, but it's not horrible. I mean, we'll see how it goes after the waves. But yeah, so many of you were so upset with the treatment of Maggie. You know, you'd think that I had, like, captured her, she'd been in chains, and she was being paraded in front of you from crimes against the Isaac totalitarian dictatorship, and that she was soon to be executed for her crimes of being lame AF. Is that down with the kids these days? AF I'm told. I don't know. My how to be hit with the kids handbook doesn't quite cover this. Let me just give me a second. Page 4. Insert page, changing noises here, and AF. Yeah, no, I think it's there. I'm not sure it's current, but it's definitely mentioned. Either way, that's not what's happening. I was just like, you know, compared to a lot of characters, there's very little reason to play her. She almost feels superfluous. I don't want to call her filler, but that's the closest way to describe it for me, because there's just, like, come on. Like, I mean, granted, you could make the argument, well, if you really just want to win, then you just play Isaac, there's no real other options. And yes, that's true. But, you know, can the Yum Heart really be considered a valid reason to pick a character? I'm not sure it can, whereas everyone else, even Lazzy Boy, comes with something that's kind of like, yeah, I guess this will actually genuinely come in handy. Though then again, Resurrected Lazzy is arguably as useful for the Yum Heart, but I don't know. But what I wasn't prepared for was the armada of Maggie defendants propping up. It's like we were having a court case against the people, and the people were little boys in wigs. That, again, is a sentence that sounded much more normal in my head than it did when said and birthed into the realm of reality, but that's okay. So already it's taken quite a while to get through the first waves, but that's fine. I'm not going to blame Maggie for that, okay? But god damn, you know, I was so swamped with Maggie defense that it was like you guys were loading her into a cannon and firing her face first at me. It was quite the experience. I'm going to do this because we get the bomb back, and it might just end up having some really compound value. So I think we initially... I think we can afford to re-roll this. I don't want the Thin Mushroom to start with. I don't think it's a great first item. I don't think anything there is, actually. So before I buy a key, I obviously want to keep re-rolling just in case this happens and we get ourselves a cheap key. Now, I do want to kind of open the golden chest just because on balance, they tend to have good things in. Oh my god, what the hell does the Crow Heart do? I regret decisions made. I do. That was poor, and I'd like to apologize for everyone for Phantom of the Opera is here inside your greed, and I used to genuinely think that I could be an opera singer if I wanted to when I was older, but I was never encouraged. Then again, if I was a parent and I had a kid and then they were 6, they were like, yo, I want to be an opera singer when I grow up. I don't know why they're saying it in that voice. That points towards something else. But I feel like I would find it hard because while I would want to support my kid in anything that they did, that's just healthy parenting, you know, in a reasonable way, I don't think I could ever have a kind of, oh, you do? That's great. Opera. You know, maybe that's just me. but I feel like it's one of those professions that I don't understand how is. You know, there's certain jobs, certain things that I don't understand how people initially got the passion for them. Now, this isn't to say, and by the way, TechX, just amazing, makes up for everything. Now, this isn't to say that you shouldn't do whatever you want to do, and this also isn't to say there's anything wrong with enjoying any particular kind of work. Again, life is too short, and if what you're doing makes you happy and isn't harming others, then bloody go for it. More power to you. If you want to make money selling rocks you've collected off the beach, I mean, it's a difficult financial situation to put yourself in, but go for it. Either way, there are a few that don't make sense. Opera singer is one of them. Where do you get that passion from? I guess take kid to opera, they're completely inspired, they're blown away, but it's opera. I can understand singer, take them to a band, they like the music, but opera, it's the kind of, oh, like, I can't imagine an 8-year-old getting home from the opera, walking in front of the mirror and going, ah, because they'd be high-pitched then, and thinking deep within themselves, yes, this is what I want to do. And don't get me wrong, again, if they did, that's wonderful, you know, whatever your aspiration is, go for it, grasp it with both hands. But I can't see that image, you know what I'm saying? And there's quite a few professions like that. I mean, it's difficult to instantly think of some of them without ended up being insultive. Okay, so this is a pretty good run so far. What? First we get TechX, and then someone went, yo, look, do you need a side order of damage with that amazing coverage and utility? Yes, waiter, yes I do. I mean, I assumed it was French, because, you know, I think associating a fine restaurant dining experience with the French is good, I think. So I was like, I need a bit of damage to go with my laser rings. I believe that will be most good. I go a little bit Transylvanian whenever I try and do anything, really. And look, I don't think that's inherently bad, right? I get it. This is another weird one. Just like I don't understand what kind of kid goes, you know what? I want to teach geography when I'm older. And again, nothing against geography teachers. But when do you get the passion for that? In fact, when you're a kid, how do you get the passion for teaching when you're surrounded by children who are probably bastards? I mean, I personally have nothing against children. Like, I actually I think they're great fun. You know, when you don't have to see them too often, I think they're a lot of fun. Like, my little brother, for example, is lovely. But then again, he's my little brother, so I'm biased. But he is the best little brother in the world. Sorry, all of you other little brothers, you tried. But, you know, can the real little brother please stand up? And I don't get it. But another one is stereotyping, not, you know, full on, but in a kind of positive sense. Like a fancy restaurant, if someone said it was a fancy French restaurant, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense, you know? And I don't think that's inherently a bad thing to think, right? Because I can understand in situations where you meet someone and you learn something about them that makes you assume they are, for example, intelligent. Because, well, that's a positive thing to assume about someone. If you are the one having that assumed about you, then it kind of generates expectations in people's minds for you to meet that standards that even when you don't, and even though they know that you don't necessarily have to and are probably okay with that, subconsciously lets them down when they find it not to be true. So I guess I can rationalize not liking positive stereotypes by using the theory that they are almost like taking away hope. Like, here's this, oh wow, growth hormones from that, okay, what is this, run! Like, taking away a present from a kid is really sad. In fact, no, not taking away the present, but giving them a present, like a really lovely wrapped box, but then inside it's not bad, but it's not, you know, it's not what their mind was racing about, what their mind was imagining, because when you have a box, it could be anything, so of course you imagine something amazing, and then you open it and it's just kind of, so you're kind of disappointed. So I guess that's the best present way to look at the negatives of someone walking up to me and going, because I know this information about you, I think you're amazing. But then again, I think there are worse problems in life than strangers thinking you're amazing without checking. You know, I'm just saying, if I had to describe daily problems faced, I don't think that would be top of the list. And you know, the further question is, why am I talking about this while playing a game surrounded about killing sentient poops as a boy in a wig while firing laser rings at them filled with poison and eating hearts in order to regain life. What about this game screams philosophical debate? I just don't know. I just don't know. Oh, God. So what do you think? Comments? Yeah. Oh, my word. Alright, let's just keep this going. I'm going to eat the omelette just to make sure I'm super fine and we're not wasting charge anyway. But inherently, there's not a crazy amount more we need for this run to be, well, a cinch. And honestly, I'll admit, this is the first time in a while I've had a good Maggie run. In fact, someone brought this up in my defense as to why I don't like Maggie. I think inherently it isn't actually specifically Maggie that I don't like. I think it's that I just happen to have my unluckiest runs while playing Maggie. So what's happening right now is very much somewhat of a rarity. So I'm still struggling to quite believe it. The soul will do. Thanks. Thanks, Angel. Really appreciate that one. God damn, what is happening right now? I still need to know what the D1 does, just in case I'm walking away from an amazing item. I mean, I doubt it's better than the D6, because, I mean, not much is better than the D6, but I feel like I should find out just in case. Ooh, do I take that? I guess I should, right? I mean, at the very... Oh, and I should also do that. That's very, very nice. I think we have the spare comfort to be able to do that, just because we are rather powerful currently. I mean, I might as well claim half a heart, as sad as that is. It's at least not completely wasting this black heart, but I guess I should have gone in there after the wave. Come on. That's not honestly terrible. I believe that's the item that if you take damage, you release a load of tears, which is just kind of fine. And yeah, let's destroy the waves once more. See, the thing is, we've got the synergy that absolutely annihilates waves of enemies. So completing up to Greedier is going to be fine. But the issue is this enough firepower? Is this enough survivability to take the big G himself? And right now, I think probably, but it's definitely not like hilarious, easy levels of, you know, he's just gonna melt. I think I'm still gonna have to work for this. Oh my god, I just realized I have Epic Act here, so when I take damage, I'm gonna spurt explosives all around me. That might have been a bad move to not consider that first. But then again, my range is such that I'd have to be next to a wall, and it would be a very specific circumstance where that truly went wrong, so perhaps that's fine. I mean, I don't know, it's probably okay. I just need to not get hit, right? It's easy, you just dodge. You're immortal if you just dodge all enemy fire. God. Alright. This should be fine. Did the Devil Deal wave activate without me activating it, or am I just imagining it? I don't like how slow I'm killing an enemy that should be getting destroyed by piercing. Oh no, that wasn't. Why did I just assume it was? I am really, really confused now. I mean, again, it doesn't matter too much, but I am really, really confused. Just get a few more through, and looking good. Another angel, probably not great. Yeah, just an extra health up. See, this is always the curse with Maggie. You do end up with such a metric crap ton of health. I'm going to reroll, wow, I guess, specifically once and get nothing. Alright, I'll put my fate in the following floor because I furiously fancy further finer figments of finery. Yeah. Ooh, that'll do. That's definitely a further finer figment of finery, and I will accept that. Ooh, we have ourselves a blank card. Huh. And we do have the... Oh, that sucks. And we do have that going for us. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to open you. That's kind of a shame. I'd say a waste of a key, but not crazily. Oh, it's whether I reroll. Okay, suddenly getting 5 bombs is actually really useful here. I think we go back in and we blow this up, just in case it's something like Cricket's head. It's probably worth it. Alright, yeah, that's not bad. Not that we really needed keys at this point, but it's not horrible. Let's see if there's a secret room. There is not. Let's see if there's one here, because we do have another battery here as well. See, a part of me wants to get the blank card and then just fish for a potential... really good card to go with it. See, I can't get Judas's Shadow as much as I would love to if this was a normal run, just because obviously it needs to be Maggie that I completed on, and I would generally buy the end item, just because they normally turn out good, but I don't have the money to waste buying an initial bad end item, so I gotta kind of accept that, and I'm just not sure. I mean, we could get Maggie's Doll on Maggie, which should totally get some sort of, like, really good transformation. I mean, the Lazy Worm is actually one of the best synergies to ever get with Tech X, because it keeps it slowing and therefore proccing damage after it should have normally left, so that's fine. See, I don't know. If I don't find the card to go with the blank card by the end of this floor, I'm going to take the Yum Heart, just because it represents a couple extra chances on the Greed fight itself. Yeah, look how much better. Look how much better. No, much better makes sense. I didn't say more better. Hi! Totally, apparently have no faith in my own ability to speak English, which I guess for you long-time viewers is not really a surprising sentence to say, but that is fine. Let's have that going on. Looking good. Careful. Did one of those ghosts spawned in? Spawned? Yes, spawned in, already poisoned. That is like some deep poisoning I apparently have access to. Is it going to die while invisible? It is going to die while invisible, so that means that they are technically entities while you can't see them. They don't phase out of damageable existence. But then again, they do go immune, so I guess they're just not immune to effects already on them, which I suppose does make sense. This kind of worked out. Absolutely thrashed that boss, and that one, yeah, even easier. That's not bad. Alright, what are we gonna get? Careful, Ipecac going everywhere, although those ones actually hit the bosses that spawn, so I guess that's inherently not bad. Ow! If I could just find a few little upgrades, that would be great. We'll get the mark. I don't think we really care about multidimensional, baby. Though then again, does it work with... I can't remember. Oh, it doesn't, so that was just a waste of a heart. I wanted to know, alright, you can't blame the curiosity, because sometimes it leads to greatness. Admittedly, only sometimes, but sometimes it does. We'll reroll once more just in case, and no, it looks like we are just going to keep our young heart. I mean, there was potential, and of course we'll instantly find a 2 of diamonds on the next floor because of Sod's Law, but I will regret that no more, because I cannot look at the future, you lovely individual. So we've got ourselves the D6. Again, is it really worth the initial investment to buy it? That's the big deal. I'm not sure. Lots of questions to ask. What do I do? I mean, we'll clear the waves first, see what kind of position we are in after that. That's always the sensible first thing to do in these situations. And, you know, let's be honest, clearing the waves... The waves? Why can't I speak today? What is going on? Clearing the waves is more of a light chore than it is a challenge now, which is refreshing in of itself, so we are quite literally melting through them. I mean, I wonder what it feels like to die to Tech X. Does it pierce your body and carve out your flesh, or does it just feel tingly and your life drains away? Is it actually painful? Is it like being shocked by electric? What does dying to a giant laser ring feel like? I was about to say, does anybody know? And then realized, hang on a minute, why would anybody know that? But, okay, what's your imagination tell you about it? How would it actually feel to get killed by Tech X? Because at least with Brimstone, I can kind of imagine it like a beam in an anime, and it kind of melts you away as it washes over you. But then again, it's technically blood, so it should just be disgusting more than life-threatening. But then again, at that point, we're entering, well, it's a game realm, which is something that is kind of redundant to argue. So, yeah. Let's melt away him. Looking good. And final Devil Deal. It's not great, but none of it's worth getting rid of health that we'll probably need. So. Do we reroll? I think we reroll. I think we see what we can do. How many syringes have I had? I've actually forgotten. But then again, I don't want shot speed anyway, because that'll ruin a bit of it. This is worth doing, because it just gives us money. It's also worth buying the synth oil, just because synth oil is a nice little damage up for us right now. And then I think we just re-roll again. Yeah, let's see what we end up getting. Oh, I definitely think we just grab PJs, because honestly that just gives us a load of health to work with. We have the kind of offensive power required to take Greed out now, so there's nothing really desperately that we need to see happen. I think maybe unless we somehow get a coin in 3 out of 4 of these, we might as well use our money on this, just because we could end up with something particularly good. But as it stands, I think we're in a good position. Yes, getting the magician real quick definitely enhances our good position. That is quite good. Hell, we even get a little bit of a crystal ball, which hopefully will come with some good stuff. We don't really need the Ace of Hearts, that's fine. So full health, massively powerful, slow tech X, and the magician to give it a little bit of homing on the final fight. We've got an extra 2 hearts in our space bar. I mean, look, this is just a very heartily solid, excellent run. There's not much to be complained about here. I guess, I mean, we could have got Brimstone, I suppose, but even then it's hard to really complain about this. Look at it. Look at the speed. I'm killing normal greed. That is absolutely absurd. I'm sure to succeed as long as I heed the principles of dodging and don't dodge while having drunk mead. Alright, that last one was a stretch, but we got there in the end. I think that's what is important to remember here. Yep, you just keep spinning all you want. If this is as fast as we're killing normal greed, then his second form that actually doesn't have ridiculous damage absorption just for the funsies is going to melt very, very quickly. Like, holy hell, look at this. See, we're even just passively killing most of his coins just because of how much area is being covered by these. Oh my god, this is just absolutely hilarious. I've not even taken a single hit. I've barely had to try. The only way this could be any more hilarious if I had shielded tears, but at that point I just feel pity for the greedy. Like, he just wouldn't be able to do anything. It's like when a kid tries to fight you and you just hold their head and they flail at the air in front of them and you're like, oh god, this is just embarrassing. That's all that's happening here. This is just embarrassing, Greed. It really is. And yeah, look at that damage taking. It is absolutely ridiculous. Yep, just keep standing there and tanking it. No, honestly, that's really the best idea. Oh look, multidimensional baby split my explosions of Ipecax for getting hit. That's quite nice. I mean, honestly, I'm just not really too worried about taking any kind of damage here. We have so much health to go through, especially with 2 extra waiting in the wings from my Yum Heart. But again, the Young Heart just not really necessary for a good run, is it? Like, the thing about Yum Heart is, in the situations where it is good, where you are hurt and where you desperately need health, you're already having such a bad run because you need to rely on the Yum Heart that it's irrelevant anyway, and in any other circumstance you don't need the Yum Heart, so it's kind of a redundant item by its very existence. The only way it helps on an actual okayish run is you find it, use it once for a bit of a heal, and you're like, I guess that's okay, but then again it's just like finding a Spirit Heart on the floor, but in precious wasted item room formats. You get even more angry at the whole thing. Like, it's called Yum, but it couldn't be farther from being a tasty item. Goodbye, Greed! Well, that worked out pretty damn well. The Glyph of Balance. Interesting. I like how it nearly crushed me with the donation machine. That would be a really cool thing on Greedier. If you happen to be stood where the donation machine comes down, it just kills you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Alright guys, my name has been Rage. This has been some Maggie Greedier, and honestly, I'll admit, I enjoyed this run a lot more than I expected to. But then again, the things I enjoyed weren't to do with Maggie. But then again, the things I didn't like weren't to do with Maggie either. So maybe I'll let my prejudice go. Like if you've enjoyed this, subscribe for more. I'll see you next time. Oh, goodbye.